What if I told you the real secret to sales has nothing to do with pushing a product? What if it's all about changing your own mindset? Well, today we're going to dive into the work of Harry J. Friedman. He has this pretty radical approach to turning that casual maybe into a rock-solid yes.
I'm just looking. We've all heard it, right? Those three little words that can just completely kill a conversation before it even gets off the ground. It's like a wall that just shoots up the second a customer feels like they're being sold to. But what if we've been thinking about this all wrong? Okay, let's talk about the awkward sales stance. You know the one I'm talking about. You got the salesperson with that kind of forced, plastered-on smile, and then there's the customer with their go-to canned response. It's just predictable, it's uncomfortable, and the best part, according to Friedman, it's completely avoidable.
Now, the title of his book translates to something like sales brainwashing, which sounds intense. But here's the thing. It's not about manipulating the customer at all. The whole idea is to forget trying to change their mind. The real work, the magic, is about reprogramming your own habits and your own mindset long before you even say hello.
So what's the big shift here? Well, think about the old way. It's totally transactional, right? Kind of like a vending machine. You ask, what do you want? And then you just hand it over. But Friedman's method, it's all about conversation. It's about building a real, genuine human connection first. And when you do that, that natural resistance people have just melts away. The sales pitch suddenly becomes just a friendly chat.
And this all starts with a really powerful analogy. Think about an airline pilot. Would they ever dream of taking off without doing a super thorough pre-flight check? No way, right? Well, Friedman argues that a truly professional salesperson has to have that exact same level of discipline. See, the sale doesn't actually begin when a customer walks through the door. Nope. It begins with the homework you do before the store even opens. And that right there is what separates the amateurs who are just relying on luck from the pros who actually go out and create their own. I'm telling you, preparation is everything. So what does this pre-flight check actually look like? It's a daily routine. Ask yourself, can you talk about your product's features and, more importantly, its benefits without even hesitating? Do you know the exact pricing, like right off the top of your head? What are your competitors doing today? Just a quick daily review of these things builds this incredible confidence that lets you handle pretty much any situation. Okay, so once you're prepared, it's time to get versatile. Friedman says the absolute best salespeople are kind of like skilled actors. They can embody 4 totally distinct personas to guide the conversation and build that all-important relationship. First up, you're a painter. This means you don't just say, "Oh, these shoes are made of leather." No. You say something like, "Just feel the buttery softness of this leather. Can you imagine how it's going to mold to your foot? It'll create this custom fit that makes every single step a pleasure." You're using your words to paint a picture of the benefit, and that's what creates desire. Next, you have to be an architect. This is all about having a blueprint, a plan for the conversation. You start with a friendly opening, build some rapport, then you move on to asking questions to figure out what they really need. And only after all that do you present a solution. You never, ever just jump to the end. You've got to build the structure of the sale, one piece at a time. Then you switch hats and become a consultant. This is huge. It's all about asking those really insightful, open-ended questions. So instead of the classic, "What are you looking for?" you ask something like, "So what's a special occasion?" Or, "What problem are you trying to solve with this?" You're basically digging for the why behind the purchase. That's how you can offer a solution that's truly tailored to them. And finally, and this one is so important, you're an entertainer. Seriously, think about it. A musician might play their biggest hit for the 10,000th time, but they perform it with the exact same passion as they did the very first time. Every single customer deserves that showtime energy from you. Your enthusiasm, it's contagious, and it's what makes the whole experience totally unforgettable. All right, now for what might be the most critical moment of all, the opening. This is it. This is where most sales are either won or lost before they've even really started. And the goal here is super simple. Do whatever it takes to avoid triggering that automatic, "I'm just looking" reflex. So let's talk about the lines that are absolute sales poison. "Can I help you? Looking for anything special?" Ugh, they just scream, "I am a salesperson," and they instantly put the customer on the defensive. Honestly, they're lazy, they're predictable, and they are just completely ineffective. So what's the antidote? How do you fix this? Friedman lays out 3 golden rules. Rule 1, your opening line cannot be about sales. Rule 2, it has to be a question. And Rule 3, it needs to be genuine and unique. That's it.
And here's how you actually put this into practice physically. Instead of walking straight at a customer, which can feel super confrontational, you use what's called the 180-degree pass-by. You just casually walk past them, give them a simple hello, take a few more steps, and then you kind of turn back from a nice, non-threatening distance and ask your unique, non-salesy question. Okay, so after a few moments of actual genuine small talk, about the weather, the mall, literally anything, you need to pivot. And the transition question is it's so simple, it's brilliant. You just ask, so what brings you in today? It's soft, it's open-ended, and it just masterfully shifts the conversation from a friendly chat to the whole reason they're there.
All right, let's put all these pieces together, shall we? We're going to compare the old, totally ineffective approach with a brand new script that uses all of Friedman's techniques. And trust me, the difference is like night and day. Okay, so the before script, it's a total dead end. Can I help you? Nope, just looking. Conversation over. But the after script, it opens a door. You do the pass by, you turn back, and you say something like, "Excuse me, I love your jacket. Are you a fan of the local team?" You have a real brief chat, and then you say, "By the way, what brings you in today?" You see that? The difference is huge. You've built a real connection before you even think about talking business. So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. The very next time you hear someone say, "I'm just looking," I want you to stop seeing it as a rejection. Instead, see it as an invitation to have a better, more human conversation. So let me ask you this. What if every just looking is actually an opening, not an ending?